All right. What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled, Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. The link will be in the description box below, as usual. Damn. Um, this video is entitled, Being in America and Not of America. Kind of a conflict. In religion and in Christianity, they have this part where God says basically, or Jesus says, I forget which one, be in the world but not of the world. And I think as a black man in America, we live in America but we're not of America. Other people come to this country, they have a different view of this country because their origins in this country are different from ours. And to some degree, we look at people as if they have rose-colored glasses about looking at America because they see it as like the land of opportunity, the land of the American dream per se. And people feel like they can come here and it's going to change their life. And the thing about that is, though we understand it, we don't see it completely that way. Because we're in America, but we're not of America. We didn't choose to come to this place, or we didn't choose to be a part of this country the way that other people chose to be a part of this country. There's a reason why you would say, like, certain Native Americans, they're in this country, but they're not of this country because their presence here predated this country. So this idea and ideology is foreign to them. And to a degree, because some of us were here before slavery and some of us were brought here, we are an amalgamation of both. Like people who were here before this country existed and people who were brought to this country not of their own free will and are not under the idea of America, the ideal of America. So we don't look at this country the same as everybody else either. People see America and they think of the idea and the ideal of it and the promise of what America can be for them. And we don't look at this land as a land of promise. We look at this land as a land of theft, broken promises, blood, stuff like that. And we don't see it. People see it's like walking into a kingdom that somebody else built, but you killed everybody and buried their bodies, and then just everybody, welcome to the kingdom, and everybody sees all the nice stuff, but they never walked into the back to see all the bodies piled up or buried or burned. They didn't care about that. It's, it has its own little stench to it, I would say that. So everything is different for us. People come from the east, and they come by, and if they get to see New York, they see the Statue of Liberty. Our view on the Statue of Liberty, the original Statue of Liberty, was a black woman, and they took the head off, sent it back to get a new head, and now it's that white lady. So we're in America, but we're not of America. We're not, even, and the men were here at least 170 years before the women, doing this labor. So we got nothing. When people say things like, the military fights for our freedom, and respect the military and respect the soldiers who go out and fight for our freedom, we don't necessarily look at it the same way because we've never been free in this country. So the freedom that you're talking about is a freedom that we don't experience. We've never experienced. So we're in here, but we're not of here. People don't join the military per se because they want to expand the country's freedom and diplomacy and democracy to the world. They don't care about none of that. They join the military because it's a job that pays, and people don't hire that much. It has nothing to do with caring about the American dream and ideal and spreading goodness and joy across the world. Nothing at all. Because we're in America, but we're not of America. Some of us have an issue because the American way, to some of us, it seems evil, diabolical, demonic. And it doesn't resonate with us because it seems like it's soulless to us. I can't speak for everybody that's black. I'm just talking though. Because America has no soul. America has sin. America was built on sin, but America never atoned for sins. They just moved on. So a sinner who revels in sinning and continues the same path of sin usually is a lost soul. So this country is a country that's a lost soul. But we don't look at it that way a lot of times because people feel like they're in America and they're of America, and they don't think about what being of America is because they came here under the idea in rose-colored glasses about what America is, and we didn't. It's not the same. America isn't the same for me as it is for some of you people. What y'all see as great and lovely and opportunity in this, we see as inheriting the benefits of crime lords and trying to say that's some kind of moral or ethical stance because we got the money. Because the reason I say that is because we're in this country, we're not of this country. We don't have the same moral compass as this country. And what's crazy is when people like myself start taking on the attributes of the moral compass of this country, we're demonized because we're not supposed to be that way. Because honestly, we're in America, we're not of America. We're not a group of people who have a history in criminal behavior. Like pretty much every other group besides us is Native Americans, the American Indian. We're the only two groups that don't really have a history in America of criminality. And what I mean by criminality in the sense of every economic platform that these other groups stand on has a foundation of crime. Has benefited from crime. Crime is their foundation. Or benefiting off of a crime that didn't happen to them is their foundation. So we're not like those people. And then if we turn into those people, it's all of a sudden a great fear of this country. And it's ironic to us that to be an American, you have to be criminal minded. But when you're in America, but you're not of America, I think some of our biggest fear as black people is we're okay with being in America now, but we're not okay with being of America. America has nothing godly about it. America is at its core completely and fundamentally in contradiction with the law of man, the law of nature, and the law of God. So we can't really rock with that as a whole. It's difficult for us to do that. And other people can come here and do that because it seems to me that they're easy to fall in line with that, with being those things because they come from those environments, or they are naive or ignorant to the heart of this country. And like I said, they come here with rose-colored glasses on, and they don't see it for what it is until they're, quote unquote, in the belly of the beast. So it's hard for us to operate, because I think as a group, collectively, we don't want to be a soulless people, because to understand the workings of this country, you have to be a little bit devilish. Like, because the things that we think are okay are really mean spirited and evil, and backwards and immoral and unethical. And as long as, you know, the money says in God we trust, and we got a lot of that, it's okay. So I think to a degree, like I said before, we're in America, but we're not of America. So, you know, tell me what you think on this idea. Peace.